This is a weird and difficult pill to swallow, especially for some people, but Call of Duty isn't dying like a lot of people think it is. That doesn't mean the games we're playing now are masterpieces and we're gonna see them next to the Mona Lisa in a museum in the next couple of years. Games like Vanguard, Black Ops, Cold War, and Modern Warfare are still extremely popular, more than a lot of people think. There's a graph that's been floating around the community that was created by Nero Cinema, and it shows the player count from Black Ops 3 all the way up till now. And when I looked at it, there's a lot of things that seem believable. Something didn't seem right while looking at this graph. A few hours after I saw Nero's original video, Exclusive Ace made a follow-up video disproving a lot of what Nero had to say. Now, there is some validity to this graph. It's not the truth though. According to this graph, Vanguard and Warzone in its current state are just as popular as Black Ops 3, which I think a lot of people would have issues with. No one would have to speculate or make graphs off of extremely vague information that's given to the public if Call of Duty just had live active player counts. I never understood the removal of player counts, and can someone please explain to me the negatives of having your player count shown? Yeah, in the case of Battlefield 2042, it's a little embarrassing that they only had 1,000 active users at one point, but at least they're being honest about it. It's a bad look when you try and hide your active player count. Is there something that you're trying to hide? Because why else would you be throwing sheets over our heads so we wouldn't know the truth? Or am I just completely missing something here? With Battlefield 2042, I know it's a Steam client that shows how many active players are, so I don't know if EA has any say. Since you can see the player count though, it makes the game have a lot more honesty to it, and that's something that Call of Duty doesn't have right now. I can't remember the devs actually said something meaningful about the product they're working on. Same thing with Activision as well. Going back to this graph, there is one thing that we can learn. Warzone has become so popular that it almost doubled the active player counts in Call of Duty, which means that Activision's probably going to treat it like its prize pig and will put all of its time and effort into furthering Warzone. That's not a good thing for base Call of Duty players. If you talked to anyone that played the game before Warzone launched and before there was any information on a battle royale, if you told any average COD enjoyer that multiplayer was going to be left in the dust for battle royale, there would be riots in the streets. People would dislike that idea so much, but it happened. Call of Duty has become a battle royale based game in terms of Warzone. If you think about multiplayers, all there is to do now is level up your weapons and get camos so you can use them in Warzone when they become meta. All it is just a weapon level simulator. There's no depth or flesh to multiplayer anymore, and that's extremely evident with Vanguard. And if Call of Duty continues this trend of putting Warzone first, they're gonna kill their own franchise, and hopefully they're learning from these past couple years and what Warzone's done to the community, but they have to decide if they want to do what's right or what's easy. Yeah, it's extremely easy to kill your game and focus on the free-to-play aspect because it makes you billions of dollars, but doing the right thing would be maintaining and taking care of the thing that you became so popular off of, and that's the standard Call of Duty formula. Now, that's not me saying that they shouldn't innovate and they should just make Call of Duty the same way they made it back in 2010. That's not what I'm saying at all. They should obviously innovate and try to improve their game over and over again, but they're focusing too much on Warzone now that it's causing a lot of players to leave the franchise. Now, by no means is Call of Duty dying as fast as people thought. There is definitely a downward spiral, and if Call of Duty continues on this path, we're gonna see that graph continue to decline, and that's just gonna make it so much harder to get out of the grave that they dug themselves. If the graph that Nero created was 100% true, that would mean Call of Duty now is just as popular as it's ever been, if not even more popular. It doesn't look that way when you look inside the community, especially because of the amount of negativity there. Now, there is one thing. It doesn't seem like the majority of players are being extremely negative. It's just the loudest players. There's a lot of screaming Karens within the community right now that are just asking to see Call of Duty's manager, and everyone's looking at them because it's such a spectacle to watch, and it makes me want to grab popcorn and enjoy the show. And I definitely have my moments of outrage as well. I think everyone does, because it's hard not to get frustrated with the current state of the game. It's not as entertaining to watch people that say, hey, Vanguard's not the greatest game ever, but there is some good things to it, and there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, that tunnel's 8 million miles long, but it's at least there. The people that are negative on the game are just the loudest in the room, and you can definitely tell that when you look on YouTube as well. It sucks that we're in the position we are with this game, but we might as well enjoy it while we're here. It seems like we're almost at rock bottom with this franchise, at least as of recently. And an optimistic, logical way to look at it is technically there's only up from here, so hopefully we'll see some improvements in the future. Communication, player counts. That's something that would improve the franchise greatly. It would also hold the developers accountable to make good games, because they wouldn't want to see their game only have 8,000 active players, or in the case of Battlefield, only 1,000 active players. That's not a good look for your game. And how do you avoid that? Well, you make a good game to begin with. I feel like a parent who is constantly watching their child waste their potential when it comes to COD, because it's Call of Duty, for Christ's sake. You've definitely heard, seen, or have played great entries in the franchise like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2. Some of the modern franchise entries have also been extremely good. Modern Warfare Warzone, when it originally launched, it was tons of fun. I don't know if we've just been locked up too long because of COVID and we're all just mentally insane now, or if we're just missing something and are completely stupid. I almost want to see a psychiatrist and explain them everything and see if I'm the crazy person here. COD's not dying by any means, and I don't think it will for a long time.